Oh, bro, okay. All right, this is wild. Hi, my name is Jordan Orm. I'm a professional music video editor for artists such as these people. And we're gonna break down Birds of a Feather from a filmmaking and editing perspective. You can tell that this is shot on 35mm film. It just looks like film. It does. And I like that we're having just these nice stills of the office, just setting the vibe. And then right when the lyrics come in, we see her. Wait, that's interesting. It's actually not right when the lyrics come in. It's right on the downbeat. So there's what's called a pickup. Ba-da-da-da, downbeat. And we actually cut to the downbeat, honestly listening more to the language of music rather than just trying to capture her saying the lyrics. Boom, boom. It's just matching the beat. Boom. And then we hold. And then close up. And then we go even closer. It's nice to start from a wide and move closer when we're covering a scene. And then we reset. So we start from wide, and then we slowly move closer, and then we reset and we introduce a new element on the next 8 bars. It's a great way to emulate the way that a song builds by letting the video build in a similar way. So we're not just going straight into craziness. We're not showing all of our cards. We're letting it slowly ramp up. That little insert shot of her arm just flying, that's fire. It was so floppy too, bro. She's like aware of her hand, but she doesn't seem to care. Yes, bro. Oh my goodness. Okay, the structure is impeccable. We have a new element for every single new 8 bars of the song, essentially. So her arm starts flying, and then at the end of this phrase, we introduce a new element where her chair starts leaning back. She starts defying gravity. This shot is gorgeous. This is straight up out of a Pinterest board, straight up out of my brain broke. This is straight up out of like a treatment, a reference deck. It's perfect. It looks beautiful. As music video editors, it's so important for us to understand the meaning of the song, to understand what the vision of the director was before we start making any editorial choices. Very, very important. So I'm gonna let the director and Billie talk about it at the end. There's a little interview clip I wanna show. It's beautiful, and I think it captures it so well. But the idea so far is that she is in love and kind of being controlled. She's being tossed around a little bit. It's getting a little bit brutal, but she's happy. She doesn't really care. Still has a smile on her face. She notices it, but she's still all for it. She's welcoming the chaos. She's welcoming being tipped back on the chair and jerked around a little bit. All right, right here. This cut right here is probably my least favorite part of the video, just because of continuity. It looks like in the wide shot she's getting whipped around, and then we cut to a shot where she's... Shoot, the continuity isn't even that bad. But I don't know, there's something about it that, like, if you look at her hair's flipped up to the right side of her a tiny bit, and then we cut and her hair's in the exact same position. So if you just frame by frame it, the continuity looks perfect. But in motion at full speed, right here, this cut right here, very jarring. It doesn't look like she's anywhere near stopping, but then she's pretty much all of a sudden stopped when we cut to the close-up from above. But every single other cut feels perfect. It feels incredible. But the key is to cut on motion. So while she's spinning, we cut to the close-up of top. So there's a really weird language that is being created editorially. And the point of the song is she's being jerked around by love, and it's a little bit brutal. And the song has a really repetitive, cadency type beat to it, especially the melody is very repetitive. And the shots end up being pretty repetitive because they keep playing them over and over. So we have a close-up, cut to an insert, cut to a close-up, cut to a wide, cut to a close-up. So do you see the pattern that's being created? It's cut to something else, cut to a close-up. And this gets repeated throughout the entire video. There's almost like a home base shot that we stick on. And I really do think it emulates the way that the song just is, which is fascinating. I love film, bro. It looks so pretty. I have to show you the behind the scenes of this moment. She literally is attached to a camera, film camera on a dolly. She's standing up, and then she gets slammed through this very thin wall. So they actually do it practically. It's not VFX, it's all real. Everything here is real except they have to erase wires when they're dragging her arm around, when they're dragging her across the office floor. She's attached to wires, and it's called wire work. And she did her own stunts. Shout out to you, Bill. Good job. Oftentimes she edits her own stuff. She might have edited this. Let me know in the comments if you know. Lots of times she breaks rules when editing things. We could go over some of her other music videos. It's great. That's a crazy shot. And then this, the way that they turn the camera to keep her upright while she slams into, bruh. I'm just a fan of the director. I'm just a fan of the directing and cinematography. It's fantastic. Now, one thing that's a little bit weird is showing these inserts that come up here. A little bit strange. It kind of makes sense here because after she's fallen and she's just laying in a pile of glass, broken glasses, what's she gonna be looking at? The ceiling, right? So that kind of makes sense. It motivates it. But what I really like about it is what we cut to after we show the ceiling shots, because we start to create a cadence of motion. So the ceiling shots are moving, and then we cut to this shot where she's also moving, dragging down pretty much at a similar velocity. So we have, oops, sorry, Blue 2. That's my mic. The motion of the ceiling shots cut to the motion of her dragging down is delicious to watch. That's the point. It's so nice because we have consistent motion. Ooh. And then right here also, you see this little flash? That's what happens when you actually cut in film. It kind of overexposes and creates a film burn for one frame. So all this stuff is in camera. It's not an effect that's added. They actually shot this. Here's the other thing that's weird. Earlier, she was kind of like moving at an unnatural way and like biting her lip and her hair is blowing. Her hair should not be blowing in this scenario. They're in an office. There's just this weird, unnatural, magical force that's around her, and that's the force of love. So there's just all these little details that they're adding that create this weird feeling. The way that she moves, her acting is impeccable. All right, so what I'm thinking is whoever edited this is picking shots purely based on performance, purely based on how well she acts. And what do you want to look for in that? As an editor, you want to look for what am I supposed to be feeling at this moment? And is the performance believable? Does it look like she's acting, or does it look like she's actually feeling what her face is saying? And we're picking shots that showcase her emotion really well. So right here, that close-up with the darkness in her face, ridiculous. That little smile, crazy. She's just vibing. Now we keep going back to this wide shot right here, which is just amazing cinematography. We have a dark hallway, a bright room. We're kind of seeing down both. This is home base for this verse too. Keep coming back to it. So what's the new thing in this pre-chorus? What's the new thing that's being added? Right when it starts, something new is added and her hand just slowly starts creeping its way up. It's just ever so slight. We don't really realize something's happening until about halfway through. But every single new phrase, every 8 bars, something new is introduced. The amount of inserts is just crazy. Yes, bro. Yes. That's called performance-based editing. You pick something that's similar where she's laying down, just like excruciatingly screaming, and we cut a bunch of those together. It works so well. Like, I just feel something so deeply. Right at that climactic moment of the song. Right there. The camera work is getting a little more chaotic, where when it started, it was all just perfect static shots. No movement whatsoever. And then in verse 2, we're starting to get some movement as we go across the ceiling. And then at this final chorus, we're going handheld. Like, we're just carrying the camera around with our hands. You just feel this chaos. I think this shot right here is reversed, so I think she's actually kind of falling down off the couch, but we just reverse it and it looks like she's defying gravity, falling up. Perfect usage. It fits so well. Just like, oh, the writhing is just so uncomfortable. Slowly getting dragged. This shot we already saw, but that's it reversed. This shot is so good, bro. So the end mirrors the beginning, where every 2 beats we were cutting, just right on the beat. And at the end, we're cutting again on the beat, but every shot is just slower. The last shot is similar to the beginning shots, where we just see furniture, we just see inanimate objects, except something's different. The chair is now turned over, potentially representing the chaos that is ensued because of this relationship. I just want to play this clip from the behind the scenes with the director and Billie Eilish. It's just fun to see the way that they thought about creating the music video.
Or should we go? Oh, profile.
It's also, the big thing that hit me was it's such a sweet melody, it's such a sweet song, but these lyrics are brutal and so tough. So I was like, what is a nice, interesting way to pair like that sweetness and that hopefulness with like this more brutal stuff? I think what we ended up finding was this like feeling of like being dragged somewhere, and I think this is what love is all about. Shit. Oh my god, fuck. Alright. What I think love is all about is that feeling of like it can be painful, dragged, it's brutal and exhausting, but you're so hyped about it. And I think that's what we've done.
Yeah.
Like we're pulling.
And like an invisible force, just like.
Yeah, you're tied. Oh my god, that's the thing.
You have no choice. It's pulling you no matter what you do. And it's like. and the idea is that like.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm happy to be falling in love and being slammed through things and falling onto things, and
that's it.
I love that. Yeah, just,
so that's the vibe, and that's the vibe.
Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you want to learn to be a pro music video editor, head to the link in the description. God bless you.